Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. This is a super exciting video. Not as exciting as the next video, but it's finally time. We're gonna plumb this water to air tonight because tomorrow we're going racing with this thing. I'm super excited. We have a local event here, Streetcar Invasion, and I'm gonna go take this thing up there. I'm super excited. We're gonna button up the last few things tonight, get it ready to go, maybe do a little bit of testing if I can fit it in tonight. If not, we're just gonna go wing it. Either way, this thing's gonna be at the track tomorrow. I'm super excited. So tonight we're gonna plumb the water to air. We're gonna change out my 5-point harness because the one that's in it's expired. Every 2 years you have to get a new 5-point harness. It's just how it is. I can move that one to the passenger side now and put my passenger seat in. They can have a harness and everything's good, but I got a new harness for the driver's side. We're going to slap that in, do the water to air, give the truck a real good once over, get her loaded on the trailer for the morning, guys. So let's get this harness swapped out, and then we will run to Home Depot real quick and get supplies we need for the water to air. Tag along for the ride, boys. Alright, so here we are at the driver's seat. There's a new harness. All of my safety gear is all Racequip. My race suit, helmet, harnesses, all of it's Racequip. Really good stuff for a really good price. So here's the old harness, and let me find, yep, right there. So here's your SFI sticker. Anything that pretty much has to do with the race car will have an SFI certification. So as you can see, this meets the SFI spec 16.1, but valid until June 30th of 2022. As you know, that was last year. So, got the new harness here. As you can see on this one, same spec, it's the same harness. Actually, the only difference is this one has black hardware compared to the shiny. But, as you can see, this one is December of 25. So we got a couple years with this harness now. So we're gonna get this harness unbolted from the roll bar and get her swapped out. Alright, so easy enough. Got the new harness in. It went in like it was meant to be, kind of because it already had one. So I just unbolted the old one, bolted in the new one, made Dustin crawl in the back so he could help me adjust it so I didn't have to crawl behind the roll bar 4 times. So got her adjusted, already ready to go. So now we are going to the store and we're going to get some fittings and valves for that guy right there. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're back from the Home Depot here and we got some supplies. So they only came in 10-foot rolls of this 1-inch OD, 3/4-inch ID clear hose. So I figured my luck I'd need 10.5 foot, so I just bought 20. I know I'll have plenty. So this stuff is good for 35 psi, 70 degrees Celsius. Should be plenty. So then I bought a couple ball valves. One is going to be for the drain, which this clear plastic elbow will be for to go through the floor. I'll show you that. Got a 1/2-inch short nipple. I actually got 2 of them, because that's going to attach it to the ice box. There, and that'll go through the floor with a couple inches of hose, just enough to drop it through the floor, drain it on the hot water on the ground, put fresh ice in. That's what that part's for. So then this other close nipple is for this guy, this other valve, and this will be for the return. So I can block it off, that way it won't drain the intercooler back and everything, and I won't have to refill the entire water system every time I drain it out. This way I can just drain the box, put fresh ice in, fill it with water, be good to go. And I don't need a ball valve on the supply because the pump will act as a check valve. So it'll only drain the couple inches from the box to the pump, which I'm not that worried about. So this will go on the end of that valve. This will go in the box. This will supply to the pump, which I guess got the pump here. So if you look, it's kind of hard to see the arrow, but this is the out. So this is in, this guy here. So this will be like this, right in the box. Short chunk of hose, right to the pump. This, I think I will mount like that. And this will go through the firewall to the ice box. Boom. So then from this will be mounted in the ice box. Bam. This is the out of the ice box. It will return, boop, boop, doop, to this outfit. This ball valve, everything, right into the ice box. And then here's the drain. So, without any more talking and jibber jabbering, let's get this thing freaking plumbed in. Finally. Alright guys, so we've made huge progress so far. Sorry if it's kind of hard to hear. It's actually starting to rain pretty... Oh, see the lightning. It's starting to rain pretty good here, so luckily we're in the shop, but here soon I'm going to have to load this thing on the trailers. Hopefully it stops raining by then. But we got all the fluid part of the icebox plumbed, and I actually have all the wiring 99% done for the pump part of the whole assembly. I just need to fill it with water, and then I'm going to touch the wires together on the pump to make sure I have it pumping the right way, because it's not marked positive or negative, so I just want to make sure it's pumping where it's supposed to be pumping and not pumping it backwards. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you guys kind of how everything turned out so far, and then we're going to get some water in this thing and make sure it don't leak and make sure I got the pump wired right. So let me flip the camera around. Alright, so let's start under the hood here. This is technically a no-no, but I just wanted to be safe. You're not supposed to put a clamp on a push lock fitting, but this, it's just to hold it from blowing off. They're only snugged on there. But there you see, I have them ran through the firewall, right through the factory heater core spot actually, and I still have the plate to block all the holes, because that's an NHRA rule. You have no holes through your firewall. So I have all that stuff plated up there, but got my feed and return for the intercooler itself ran right there. Nice little visual there. We'll go inside the truck. It's kind of a clutter right now, but so this is how I ended up running this. So this is the supply. Picks it up off the bottom, of course, because your ice is actually going to float in the box. That's why you don't want to fill it to the tippy top with ice. So it'll float, and then you'll just be sucking water off the bottom. So here's my suction tube. This is the supply to the ice box. And then this is my return right here to this ball valve, like I said. That way I can go boop, like that, and it won't drain my ice box or my intercooler all the way back through here. So I can change the ice out. Bam. Shut it like that, and that's how I change my ice. Bam. Ready to run. And then here's how I did my drain. So this stays in the closed position, or the up position, and it just has the 90, and I used a small chunk of hose and went right through the floor, so that way I could put a catch pan or even just on the ground, because it'll be in the pits on a hot summer day. It'll just evaporate. It's not a whole lot of water, but when it's time to drain it, you close that guy, open that guy, boom, drain your water out. So that's pretty simple. And I have my relay mounted right here. I'm going to tie up all the wires once I've verified that everything works. But that yellow wire right here, I'm going to touch it to one of these black wires, and the other black one I'm going to ground to this bolt, and I'm going to verify that I have the pump pumping the right way. So let's get this thing filled with water, and we'll make sure I did it right. Well, make sure I'm going to do it right. I guess I haven't really done it yet. So make sure my drain valve's closed. Let's fill it with some water. Alright guys, so I got her filled with some water. And I already, to be fair, I already checked the polarity of the wires because it was going to kind of be a pain to hold the camera and test the polarity of those wires. But I got the master switch on. So now I should be able to hit this toggle switch. And we got water flow. How about that? I'll take it. We officially have a water to air intercooler, boys. I am stoked. Now, if it'll just stop raining, hopefully we'll be able to race tomorrow. Sure hoping so. Put in a whole lot of work for this big event here in town, of course, so I ain't even got to drive, which I guess is alright, but still, that's besides the point. Put in all this work, and gonna have to turn this thing into Noah's Ark here soon. Gonna flood the dang place. This is actually the second night in a row it's rained, and last night it was awful last night. Flooded all the streets in town, my neighborhood, everything. So hopefully it's not like that again, because they're actually having a race up at the track right now. A Friday night street legal type thing and a small tire shootout. And I was trying to hustle to get up there and do some testing tonight, but as you can see, that's not going to happen. So we're going into tomorrow blind, but did get the water to air plumbed. I got my new harness in, got drive shaft loops in. This thing is about as ready as it's gonna get, boys. So I'm gonna get some tools picked up, and I will do a recap and kind of finish up the video for you guys. Alright guys, so got tools picked up and everything, and you can see it's a little bit cleaner in there. I'm gonna actually clean the truck in the morning before I load it on the trailer. I'm not going to load it tonight because of this rain we got going on here, but yeah, finally. I know I've been talking about this for the past few videos now, but finally have a water to air intercooler on this thing, and I'm super stoked. I'm even more stoked to take this thing racing tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm praying that I get to take this thing racing tomorrow, finally, and see what this thing does. I haven't had a chance to get the nitrous bottle filled, so everything at the track at this point in time is going to be fuel only, but it'll be a good thing to kind of work the bugs out of this thing. First time at the track, it's a good idea to just run her fuel only, work all the bugs out. But I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see this thing. I'm super excited how it's been turning out, and I'm even more excited to go run this thing down the track. So stay tuned for this next video, because it will be of passes of this thing at the track, as long as the rain lets up and lets us race. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, and stay tuned for that racing video. Thanks, guys.